Well, it's about time for an upload. So let's get things started with the removal of the stock head. And of course, the cams and the rockers and a whole bunch of other accessories. I skipped through a whole bunch of this stuff. Then to the removal of the cylinder. And then let's get on to where the goodies actually come into play. First things first, let's start off with the NCY 61mm big bore kit. This one you're able to slide into the stock case without any boring, so it's got a slightly smaller, sleeve, and the wrist pin and clips. Now the cool thing about the piston is that it's actually an S-cut piston, and I was dumb during the time of recordings. It actually has a bunch of oil slots or oil holes on the piston to help with lubrication on the cylinder. I think that was a really, really nice touch for them to add on something as simple as a GY6. And here's the stock cylinder. Nothing too great about it. So now let's get into the cylinder head. Now, where do I begin? The ports are not matched, and the intake valve is around 27.5 millimeters, but the port itself is only around 24.5. So it's quite the bottleneck just for the stock head to flow anyways. So I went ahead and got myself another one to try out. Now for this head, it's using a 26.5 millimeter exhaust port and a 30 millimeter or 30.5 millimeter intake valve. And the ports are exactly 30 millimeters. So that's a nice little touch. Also, the roof of the port is also raised up, which is much better in terms of performance. And I will be using my roller rockers for this head as well. There we go again, the piston in place. Then next is all the other goodies here. Now, one thing I did have to do is shave off a little bit of this intake manifold that I got. Otherwise, it would hit this lip here. Here, let me show you what it would do without it being shaved. As you can see, it does not mama the Mia. Luckily for my case, the carburetor is still going to be facing backward on the engine, and the gasket will take away any little space that might be appearing there. One side note is the exhaust studs are actually going to be M8 by 1.0 studs rather than these tiny little M6 by 1.25 stud. Alright, so cam's in. Went ahead and set the adjustment for the roller rockers and the lifters. Everything is torqued to spec. Oh, super, super nice. So let's see how the 150 stacks up right now. So now that we have our 0 to 30, our 1/8 mile and 1/4 mile time here, well, maybe not here, but anyways, let's use this as a comparison to what the new cylinder and head setup will give. So about zero point 0.8 of a second faster into 0 to 30 speed trap, then about almost a full second faster in the 8th mile, and I was able to reach 60 miles an hour in this run, along with a decent quarter mile time of 18.9 seconds. Now I'm quite happy with these results, but I wanted to go through and show you guys the different stages and what these performance parts have done audibly to the bike. I think you might find the final result to be audibly pleasing. Still stuck around after my slight hiatus, I really appreciate it and hope you enjoy future content that's coming in.